episode 06. Well, you already know from the last episode, we're currently waiting to see what's gonna be our real offer. But in between everything, what I've been doing when I was waiting to get an answer from the seller, and then I'm waiting to get an answer from my real estate agent to see if we're gonna put a different offer. I've been doing some research, a bit of research here and there, just so I understand a little bit better what is the housing industry, and also what does a real estate agent do, because it got me questioned. I was like, okay, she got to do things on her own, but I don't know what's her reasoning. I don't know what she's gonna do and everything. So I took matters into my own hand and I did some research throughout this weekend.
All right. So day 6 isn't about calls or visits. It's about learning. Why did you feel like research was the right move while waiting?
Well, as you could see anyways, throughout my first 5-6 episodes, I'm always telling y'all, don't quote me. I'm not an expert. Don't take my thing for granted. I don't know that much. So I think I hit that point where I was like, you know what? I need to do some research. I need to know more on my end, because you don't want to be tricked. You don't want to be unaware of some situation. So it's important to research. It's the best way so that you can analyze and make a sound decision. I always take rationality over everything, and to be rational, try to get all the facts, and to get the facts, you do some research.
Okay, so you mentioned did me knowing about real estate help you in any way?
Yeah, let's talk about that. The one behind the camera, she used to study real estate. She could have been my real estate agent on the lowest of keys, and I think it would have made everything easier, but it's all good. Now she's studying something that is bigger than everything, law and justice. But on that note, yes, it did help that you studied real estate, because there's some things I really didn't know.
Yeah.
You were already like teaching. I was listening to her class while she was studying, actually, so that also helped. But it did help. There's some, during the few days since we started, you did tell me like, oh, go on that website, go learn more about OASIC.
What website?
OASIC.com. So for people who don't know OASIC,
Yes.
actually it's OASIC in French. It's like the organization for all the real estate agent in Quebec. They really regulate everything, like how real estate agent they should act, what they should do, their responsibility, their integrity. And if you want to be a real estate agent, then you have to pass their exam. So for anybody who's listening to my podcast, maybe you're inspired to be a real estate agent, and to become a real estate agent, you have to study it, of course, that 1 year, and then you have to pass that exam. I encourage you. This podcast is not to put smut on any real estate agent. Maybe it will help real estate agent to do their job even better. And now they have my perspective. So now you know how to juggle with and deal with clients' emotions, and how they feel about stress and their high and their lows. So it definitely helped. But to go back on the subject, OASIC, I went on that website while I was waiting impatiently for all those decisions, and it really helped me try to get the perspective of a real estate agent, and being more familiar with all the official documents.
Did anything surprise you when you started reading through their site?
I didn't know that they had a generative AI bot, so that was pretty nice. Instead of going to the customer service, email, telephone, they have a bot, a chat bot that can answer your question. So that, I found that was really insightful. I also read their history. So apparently it's only recent that they really got that organization as OASIC, that a long history of real estate agent since the 1940s, 1950s. So that was also interesting. It's good that we're really trying to regulate things here in Quebec
Yeah.
and making it simpler because you're buying a house, so we cannot go by different rules. Everything needs to be written as specifically and for any type of situation. So I did find it interesting that it's only recent
Yeah.
that they did everything under the same umbrella.
How did it feel to know that realtors are regulated this way? Did it make you more confident in the process?
It did, because when I had that little paper and I said the BS word, well, then I thought about it and I'd be like, you know what, I'm wrong. Like, they really just, everybody just want to work the same way, and we all have our own interests, but we try to protect everybody, and it's all about equality. So
Yeah.
I felt a little bit more confident. I said, you know what, it's all good. I'll play by the rules. Everybody play by the rules, but if I feel like I'm played, then I know where to go. I'll go on the OASIC and I'll file a complaint, but nah, I don't want to go there. Please, anybody here that's trying to buy a house, let's try not to go there, and if you're not satisfied with OASIC and doing things this way, then I guess you use du proprio and you go with your own hands. You do your thing, but I will trust a real estate agent over myself because they study it and they've been with a lot of clients, so they know how to maneuver and everything. So shout out to them.
So, what was the thing that you found the most useful on the website?
I think the layout was pretty good and everything. So on the website, it was easier to navigate. And no, this is not a sponsored or a paid partnership or whatever for ASIC, but I just felt that everything was well put in place. They had the documents ready for me to download and look it through. Like I said, the AI generative chatbot, I'm a big fan of AI, so I thought it was way easier
Yeah.
to just ask questions and do my thing.
What kind of questions?
Here's the thing. I didn't tell you yet. Whatever I'm doing right now with my story, my journey, I did a lot of research too to see if it's legal. If what I do right now, telling my story and saying the numbers, is it okay? So I remember, I think I was asking the chatbot about, is it legal for me to document and do all that, and they said that yes, it's okay as long as you don't divulge like specific names or everything and whatsoever, and maybe you get the real estate agent consent just to make sure. So I believe that they did answer that question, because apart from that, I did my own research too. I was calling some people, I was asking on Facebook. I had different answers. People were saying, well, you should consult a lawyer. Some other people were saying, oh, well, you should read the civil law book. I was like, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not going to read 600 pages of if I can express myself on the internet about my journey. So I think that really helped.
Mm-hmm. Did learning those things change how you approach conversations with your realtor or mortgage broker?
Not really. Still the same. Still have treated with respect. I really value their opinion, what they tell me. It didn't really change anything. It just reassured me that, okay, I'm going in the right direction, and I'll put my trust in them. So, it was pretty regular.
I feel like a lot of people would skip the research stage. Like, for a first-time buyer who thinks they can just wing it without understanding OASIC or the contracts, what do you think about that? What would you say to a first-time buyer who
You
thinks they
could,
don't
but
need to do research?
Yeah, you could just skip and everything, and they will take care of you. But I'm always an advocate of, you should try to put yourself in their shoes, even though I'm not asking you to study real estate law and real estate, how to negotiate and how to do this and how to do that. But if you already know the basics of what you need to sign and what you're bound to in your contracts, you're already off to a good start.
It's a good perspective.
Yeah, you gotta look for different perspective. I think that's something I'm gonna mention a lot during the journey. the more perspective you get, the more opinions you get from people. You might feel that you're lost in the sauce, but at the same time, it's like, okay, now you can see where everybody's coming from, and it's up to you to make a decision and be like, okay, well, I'm gonna buy that house. Okay, I want to do this. I want the inspection to be this. I want the visit to be there. So you can just time everything, and then you'll go on your own pace. One thing you don't want to do when you buy a house, you don't want to get rushed and be pushed by the outside noise. You just take things from the outside, right? And then after you filter it out, then after you go forward. That's how I see it.
And speaking of time, how much time did you spend on doing the research?
I spent like a whole afternoon. I remember I was playing Rematch. Shout out to Rematch. That's a cool football soccer game, as we would say. I spent this whole afternoon, and it was really insightful. It took like 3-4 hours. A little break. I wasn't studying like I used to study back in university, but I was going on my own pace, using the chatbot, downloading documents, reading the history of OASIC.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. It was more fun than I thought. You'd be like, why would I read about an organization and all their laws and regulation? Well, you make it cool yourself. You put some music in the background and you just have a chill moment. You drink a little thing, you eat, and you just scroll down, and trust me, you'll have a good time.
Do you feel like it gave you peace of mind while you were waiting?
Absolutely. Because apart from, like we said, watching Happy Gilmore, fireworks, I think reading is just, it's bringing me that little peace in my head, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm good. But if you're not a reader, then what can I say? We all have different ways to cope with stress. We all have different ways to handle situation. But if you can read about the OASIC, I think you're already in a good position, and it will bring you a long way for your first purchase.
Yeah. So if you can give one piece of advice to someone who's listening right now and stressing or waiting on their offer, what should they do in their downtime?
And you just gotta find your hobbies, Like I said, I think I said it in the last episode.
Keep yourself distracted.
Busy. Keep yourself distracted. Keep yourself busy. The house is gonna be a big part of your life. That's true, but it's not only that. Sports, reading, cooking. I think I might do that. Do some little cooking. It will help me get into that habit when I get in the house. So
Yep.
That's definitely the hobbies. You just try to get distracted, and man, buying a house, it's true that it's stressful, but if you can do the little things, cleaning and like all that, when you get to the house, it's gonna be a breeze. So try to already do like all the little stuff, and then from there you'll feel less stressful.
So what should we expect for day 7?
Day 7, that should be the day when I know what my real estate agent what she's trying to do. And from there, that should be the day that, okay, like we say in French, ça passe ou ça casse. So if it works out, it works out, but I won't tell you everything right now. Come on now. We'll wait for episode 07, because I think that's the biggest one, and that's when I'm gonna feel either more stress or I'll be relieved. So tune in for that. Episode 07, James Bond 007. Who knows what might happen, but
I mean, 7 is a lucky number.
7 should be, it's my lucky number. 4 is my lucky number, but 7, that's the lucky number, and I can only hope that everything goes my way. And for everyone who's here, like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you out there. Take care, y'all. Peace.
Bye.